Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me tonight for the October 2025 Paper Pumpkin Live video featuring the Cozy Christmas Kit. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. If you're watching the replay, thanks for taking the time. Just bring this up on my computer. If you're here, say hello. Mom, you sort of said hello. Not quite, though. Whoopsie. I'll just remove that since it looks like you're cussing, and I know you're not. All right, well, as is usual with me, there was a little confusion. I had posted in our Crafting Not Hoarding group that we were having our video tonight instead of tomorrow night because I'm going to be out of town. And then I completely forgot and scheduled this, and so I had a little bit of confusion. I'm sorry to all of my Crafting Not Hoarding group, but you will get your October meeting tomorrow night. Yeah, I know, Mom. I removed it, so stupid autocorrect, huh? All right, so if you're here, say hello. So I am, I'm hoping to do this every month. We'll see. It's hard for me to be consistent, in case you haven't noticed, just because a lot of my life is out of my control and dependent on other people. So I'm trying to be more consistent with things. And I know a lot of you don't subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Maybe you subscribed early on and were disappointed in what you got. But Paper Pumpkin has come a long way. I get mine every month. Sometimes I get two. I usually order a refill because I like it so much. Oh, hi Karen. I think Wendy's here too. Hi Wendy. If you're here, say hello in the comments so everybody knows who's here. Makes us feel more like a group. I have sent out an email with all of our November events all in one place. So if you don't get my emails, message me on Facebook or text me if you have my phone number, and let me know you want to be added to my email list. Also, if you're not following my business page, I'm going to post that in this group. I was going to do my Facebook Live in my business page because that's public for the whole world to see. But I don't have 100 followers yet. I only have 73, so I need to campaign a little bit, bump that number up to 100, and then I can do live videos in that group as well. So it looks like we've got a few people here. Karen and Wendy. Oh, hi, Sarah. Wow, we've got New York all the way down to Florida. How fun. Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. So I just wanted to start showing you guys Paper Pumpkin and our kits. We have at least 2 kits every month, brand new kits. Our kits are great. If you have been a stamper forever and you're just kind of burnt out creativity-wise, you don't feel like getting your stuff out, or you don't know what to do, or maybe you just want some new stuff and you haven't ordered it yet, kits are a great way to get your creativity fix. So I'm going to show you the October Paper Pumpkin. I haven't opened it yet. I wanted to show you what I do. And some months I change it up, and some months I do it just like it is. If you follow Paper Pumpkin on Facebook, they do a demonstration every month, and they show alternative projects. And so you want to follow Paper Pumpkin. It's the official page on Facebook, because maybe you get a kit and you're not that crazy about it, the alternative projects might be more appealing to you. So you might want to follow them. I will post that group in this group as well, so you can make sure you're getting the official one. All right, so this is October's Paper Pumpkin. Now, if you don't get Paper Pumpkin is a month-to-month subscription. You can turn it on and off whenever you want. If you turn it off 1 month, you have to turn it off again the following month, because I believe it automatically restarts after the 10th of each month. So make sure you look to see the sneak peek. If it's not your cup of tea or you just don't want it, then in your Stampin' Up! Account, you can turn your Paper Pumpkin subscription to 0 for that month. And then after the 10th, it'll turn back on. So just be aware of that. If you have a ton of Paper Pumpkins piling up, spend a Saturday afternoon just going through them, or take them on your next trip. I love to work on kits and Paper Pumpkins when I'm staying in a hotel. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I am not seeing any comments on my computer. On my phone. I see I'm missing some big news from Sarah in Florida. She's a grandma. So exciting. So I'm going to go back and read all the comments, but right now I'm going to get started. Okay, so every month with Paper Pumpkin, you get a stamp set. Well, I think it's every month. Pretty sure it's every month. In our kit collection, sometimes we have non-stamping kits, which are fun, and I'll talk about that in a kit collection video. But each month you get a photopolymer stamp set. You get an ink spot that coordinates with your kit. Your kit comes shrink wrapped in tissue paper, and then it's wrapped in tissue paper. And this is the box that comes in the mail. So it'll be different every month. Sometimes it's just the plain brown polka dot one, and sometimes it's special. Usually around Christmas, or if we have a special kit, it'll have decorative printing on it. Okay, so just like this month. I have posted in the paper crafting group the sneak peek for November. So you can subscribe no later than November 10th if you want to receive that in your mailbox. And that doesn't come through me. Stampin' Up! Takes care of all of that. You would just go log into your Stampin' Up! Account, go to the left-hand upper corner and click on that 3-bar drop-down menu. Scroll down to Paper Pumpkin, and then you can scroll down to Manage My Paper Pumpkin if you haven't looked at your Paper Pumpkin in a while, and just see if you need to migrate your subscription over from the old Paper Pumpkin website, and just let me know if you have any questions about that. It's very easy. If you just click around, Stampin' Up! Will walk you through it. They'll send you an email, and then you click on a link, and then everything is moved over from the old Paper Pumpkin website. So even if you've been getting your Paper Pumpkin, if you've never migrated everything over, you want to do that. Also, if you have any Paper Pumpkin codes that you haven't used yet, you can enter them under Manage My Subscription as well. If you've never had a subscription, you can choose your subscription. There's month to month, there's 3-month prepaid, 6-month prepaid, and 12-month prepaid, and that's a separate checkout with the shipping that's required for your Paper Pumpkin. And then after you complete that, you'll earn rewards. If you do a prepaid subscription, you'll earn rewards as soon as you complete that purchase. If you do month to month, you'll receive rewards each month. After your kit processes on the 10th, you'll receive rewards into your rewards account. And if you're not sure if you have rewards, look at the top right corner of your Stampin' Up! Homepage and look for the little gift. Click on that, and all the information for rewards will come up. If you need to opt in, if you already have some, if some of them are expiring, all of that information is right there. So let me know if you have any questions, but you can listen to this part of the video again. It's easy peasy. Okay, so let me see. All right, so I usually get out my adhesive, although the adhesive you need is included. Sometimes I just would rather use a different adhesive. And I usually pull out my full-size ink pad. if you're not an avid stamper and you don't own everything like I do, the spot is included and it should work just fine. But I like to work with my full-size pad. So let me just show you what I do. So the first thing is I unpack it. And I'm not going to do the whole kit. I'll probably do one of each card just because I don't want to keep you till midnight. But I love our kits. I love our paper pumpkin. Whether it's a craft kit, a card kit, or a treat box or 3D item, I just love doing them. So this month we have tear and tape. We have a sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals right here. Again, you can use the other ones if you want to. Sometimes I pull out my mini ones if they're not included. Glue dots. We have sequins this month. Aren't they pretty? And then I usually check to make sure I have all my pieces. And if you are missing pieces, you want to check that sooner rather than later, because once the kits sell out, Stampin' Up! Can't replace anything that's missing. So it's a good idea to open everything up. Oh, and this piece here is the image sheet for the stamp set. So if you keep these in another kind of packaging, you know which stamps you're supposed to have. And also it tells you the name of the paper pumpkin. So hold on to that. Okay, so this I'm just going to use as my little mat for stamping. And then we have full color sample on the front. And then we have number 1, number 2, and number 3. So these are the directions for each card. And then there's usually a sheet to show you which pieces you use. So these pieces I'm going to use for number 1, these pieces for number 2, these pieces for number 3. So it's all pictures. If you like IKEA, you're not going to have any trouble at all. If you don't like IKEA, it'll take a little bit of getting used to. But the first thing I do is I punch everything out and I sort it. And I have 3 of each card. Now, usually what I do is I punch them all out at the same time because that's easier. So I'll stack my sheets. So see, I have 1, 2, 3. Now, I have not done this kit yet, so I am doing it right here, right now. And in the future, I'm hoping to have a particular date that I will come on live. So if you haven't done your paper pumpkin, you could get yours out and we could do all of these steps together. I thought that would be fun. We have quite a few long distance people. And so when I do a Facebook Live, it's a great time for all of us to get together, even though we're not in the same place. It's still fun. And I've recently posted all of November's events. If you're not getting my emails, let me know and I'll add you to my list. I've also posted all of November's events under featured in this group. And I do have 2 Facebook groups in November. One is, what are the dates? November 17th through the 19th, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we are going to spend 3 days focusing on snowy things. And I'm really looking forward to that. I will do 3 videos at least. We'll have samples, we'll have giveaways, so you may want to join that regardless of where you live. And then any events that you register for in November will get you free registration in my Black Friday Facebook group, which will be an all-day event. If you're busy that day, it's not a problem. Once you're added to it, you have access to all the videos, all the posts. You can post in it. It'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have mystery stamping and we're going to have a Facebook Live that evening. So again, you get free registration for if you register for any other event in November. So keep that in mind. Check that out while I punch out all these pieces. So yeah, this is how I do my kits. And I don't do them one at a time. I typically punch everything out. I get all of my scraps and trash out of the way. And I just kind of count everything, lay everything out. So I have 3 of these. I have 3 of this one, 3 of this one. There's 4 altogether of this piece, so there's an extra one. Probably just because that's what fits on this page, so they just give us an extra. Sometimes we get a lot of extras, sometimes we don't get any extras, and sometimes, like this month, the extras don't do you much good because we won't have extra letters. We just have this extra piece, but we'll talk about that. And you don't have to save your extras. They can go right in your recycle bin, but I'm going to show you maybe something we could do with that. Okay, so I have these 3 cards, and I typically will fold my cards right away. So I just keep them all together. We've got red cards. Have you looked at your paper pumpkin yet? Are you still getting paper pumpkin? This one is really, really Christmassy. We've got nice red and greens. Very traditional. Whoop. And I've seen a lot of cute alternative projects already. Okay, and then these are pieces we're going to stamp. So I am going to punch these out. I didn't want to do this ahead of time because I want you to see that it doesn't take much time to do all of this. It's actually very enjoyable for me because I don't have any place to take classes. So all the kits and paper pumpkins I get are like a class for me. All right, and then I will fold all of my envelopes. Aren't these so pretty? This beige and pecan pie look really pretty together. I feel like I'm doing this the hard way. I don't know why I do this. This is just what I do. And it's like how I set up to put my kit or my paper pumpkin together. Now, right now, there's a refill for this kit, and it includes everything except the stamp set and the ink spot, and it's $13.50 for a refill, and you get all of this, and everything's enough to make 9 cards. You get the adhesives, you get the envelopes, the cards, all the pieces. You just don't get the stamp set or the ink pad. So that's one of the perks of being a paper pumpkin customer is you can purchase refills. And sometimes they're on sale. Most of the time they're $13.50. So they're not very expensive to get the refill if you want to have more. So this makes 9 cards. So with a refill, you'd have 18. Like you could do all your Christmas cards just with one paper pumpkin. You don't even have to think it up. So keep that in mind. All right. So we have everything set out. Now the next thing I do is I do my stamping, if they're stamping. And I will look at the sheet to see what I'm supposed to stamp. So Merry Christmas is going to go on this label. And Deck the Halls is going to go on this label. Now, you do get other stamps. You've got Joy to the World, Deck the Halls, Merry Christmas, and then some starbursts or stars. So you can decorate however you want. For this one, though, this is the only stamping that they've done. Oh, we do have To the World and then Deck the Halls. So there is stamping on each card, but that's the only stamping. So this symbol here is your ink pad, and this is your block and your stamp, just so you know. Alrighty, so let me grab, I need one bigger block. Use this one here. I usually have blocks floating around somewhere. So let's see how I do. All right, do you know why I mount my stamps like this? I know it's hard to see because of the donut light. I do this so I can see above it and below it because we were talking about this at the stamp party. When I mount it like this, right, which is kind of how we were taught to mount, I can't really see this part of the paper, so I can't see if I'm getting it straight. So I have just started kind of doing mine diagonal so I can see the top and the bottom. Also, if you like our photopolymer stamps, Starting with our November online exclusive release, we're no longer manufacturing cling stamps, so we won't have red rubber anymore. You will be able to see through all of your stamps for easier stamping. And the reason why they're discontinuing the red rubber is just a sourcing issue. I guess it would help if this is going the right way. Well, let's try this again. It should line up. So I'm just going to pull this a little bit closer to me so I can see better. Now, if you have trouble stamping and you have the Stamparatus or a similar stamp positioner, you can put this piece on your Stamparatus and hold it down with magnets. Line your stamp up in either one. Pick it up with the plate, and then you just put your piece in there and stamp, and it'll line up for you. So if you have trouble getting them to line up, your stamp positioner, Stamparatus, is your best friend, let me tell you. And I see Nancy has joined us. Has anybody else joined us that I missed? I know I gave you guys like no notice. I'm hoping to make this a regular thing though, so hopefully it'll be the same time or the same date or the same day every month. And I feel like this is late. This is already the end of the month and our kits ship out on the 10th. So everybody should have theirs by now. So this may be something I do like on the 20th or the 25th every month, just so you know what date. Okay, so there's my Merry Christmases. I would clean this, but I cleaned all my cleanies last night and they're still in the kitchen, so I'll clean that later. So we've done this one. The next one is To the World, and that goes on this piece here. We're going to put our letters that spell out joy on here. So the next one we're going to stamp is To the World, which makes me think of the Three Dog Night song. Now I'm going to have that in my head the rest of the night, probably. Oh, I need a bigger block for that one. There we go. Okay, so again, I've mounted it crooked. I always stamp on my mat or scratch paper the first time I stamp a stamp, just to make sure that it's going to stamp nicely. Okay, so this is going to go just at this bottom edge. To the World. To the World. To the World. That one's a little crooked, but that's okay. To the World. All right, so those are stamped. I'll set that aside to clean later. And then the last thing I need to stamp is Deck the Halls, and that's going to go on this little label. So let me do that. This one should hopefully go quickly, because it's not a special shape. It's just a plain old rectangle, and I can handle that usually. Again, crooked so I can see the top and the bottom. And this gets right in the center of this label. So we'll see. Pretty good. Let me try this one. Now we're only making 3 of each card, but I have 4 labels. So I actually have a binder with magnetic photo pages that I keep my extra pieces in if I don't decide to just pitch them. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Now let's do 1 of each card. Now, normally I would just sit and do assembly line and put all of my number 1 cards together, all of my number 2 cards together until I'm done. So this is showing you that you're going to use tear and tape, which was included. Okay. That's because some people aren't all the time stampers. So if you wanted to save this for a box or some other project, you can just use whatever adhesive you prefer. But this is how you would apply it if you're using the tear and tape. A little piece here, and pay attention to the positioning of the dimensionals and the glue dots because these are going to layer. And so what Stampin' Up! Has started to do is they're giving you positions so that when you put it together, all of your dimensionals aren't right on top of each other with a, you know, making a great big bulk in the middle of your card. So if you pay attention to the positioning, your card will go together much, much better. So this is our adhesive placement. And then this is all of these pieces flipped over. So we have our layer, and then we're going to build our Christmas tree. And then see, here is our label. We're only putting tear and tape on one part, and we're putting a dimensional on the other part because that dimensional is going to be over here. So this S will be popped up, and this is going to be on top of the tree that's already popped up. So that's kind of what I mean when I say pay attention to the positioning, because Stampin' Up! Has gotten very good at laying out the best way to apply that. Okay, so let me grab these pieces right here. Now, normally what I would do is I would take all my pieces, flip them all over, put all of the adhesive on them, and then I would go boom, 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 and put the 3 cards together. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to do one. It feels really weird for me to just do one card at a time. But that way we won't be here all night. So these are going to go about there. And we're going to put 2 here. Okay, so that's the dimensionals on those. And then I need my Merry Christmas. So if you look at the picture, if I flip this over, it's oriented the same way. So my little dimensional is going to go on this little spot here. And I'll use my tear and tape. Normally I will just use my regular adhesive. And I'll save the tear and tapes for other things. Let me get my card front, which is over here. And you don't have to do this much adhesive, but like I would be happy just doing these 2 like that. And then maybe a little piece on each end, which is probably the same amount. I just like the placement better because the edges are going to stick down. But that's just me. That's just me. You can do it exactly how it's laid out. It'll be fine. Okay, so now I have my red card. I don't think there's an up or down on here. So it's showing I apply this first, or attach this first. Grab this tear and tape. I don't know why I always use my ring finger. It's just, I always have. Now I'm self-conscious about it. But I don't know why I do it. It's not like someone told me this is how you do it. Oh, I didn't do my glue dots either. So let me show you how I do the glue dots. So this is how the glue dots come. Now we sell them on a roll, and that's probably what we're used to using. But what I do is I actually just bend the plastic back and grab a hold of it and pop it on. And in this instance, I could just use adhesive across there, or if I like to use the green glue, the multi-purpose liquid glue, I could just add a little bit of that where the glue dots are. But sometimes when I'm traveling, all I bring is the kit, so I have everything I need. All right, and this doesn't get any glue dots. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one. So I'm just gonna peel these little liners off. These actually pop off pretty easy. Just get your nail under there, just the edge of your fingernail, and that little liner comes right off. Okay, so now I'm gonna look here and see that it's just above the bottom of my layered piece. So I'm gonna just follow that direction, just like that. And next we will do this one. And you can see it's got them in reverse order here. So that tells me I'm going to put this one down first, then this one, then that one. It's not that they've got them in the wrong order. I think that's how they want you to attach them. And it looks like this just fits right on top of that one, like that. The thing I like about Paper Pumpkin and the kits is I don't have to think up anything. I don't have to cut anything. I don't have to measure anything. I just have to look at a few little instructions, or I can do whatever I want. I can make it my own. Okay, so there's my tree, and it's really cute because these are popped up, so it has some dimension. It might be hard to see on the camera. Maybe you can see the shadow there. But this is sticking up a little bit. This is popped up a little bit, and then that's popped up a little bit. And let me grab my little star. Oh, and I didn't tell you, all of the green and the darker red, it's fuzzy. It's like a velvet. So that's kind of fun. That's unique. This gets a dimensional as well. And this goes at the top. Do it just like that. And then this piece comes off of here, if I can get a hold of it. And see, that S is going to be off the edge, so this dimensional is going to keep it popped up even with the tree. And I'm going to put this up a little bit higher than they did, I think. Well, yeah, a little bit higher. And I like that with the kits and all, you can make it your own. If you don't like the way they've positioned something, you can totally change it. For the embellishments, they even show you what sizes and how many. So I'm going to use one large one and two small ones. And this is probably where I get the most creative. They have it tucked underneath the Y. I like to see my embellishments, so I'm actually going to have mine more visible. And they have this one on the tree. I'm actually going to put it off to the side right there. So you can see on theirs, it's right at the word with one up in the air. And I've said, oh no, I want to see those beautiful sequins. Okay, so that's card 1. Is anybody still here? Did that take too long? All right, so that's card 1. Let me set that aside. Then I go to card 2. Now I've already done my stamping. So let me pull that piece over here. And this has a center that I'm going to pop out. Okay, that's trash. All right, so for this one, we need our pecan pie layer, which is this piece. We need our joy to the world, which is this piece. We need the letters that spell out joy, so J-O-Y. And they even show you when you flip them over. See how they're reversed? Sometimes they have little boo-boos, but that's okay. For the most part, they get it right. And then there's 2 different ones. One is smaller than the other, so you want to make sure you have 2 different sizes there. Okay, and now we'll do our adhesives. And for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and do regular adhesive. Okay, so we're going to do that on there. And then on the joy, they have tear and tape, but I'm just going to do, oh, my adhesive's a little bit wider, so maybe I will do the tear and tape. Not a problem. Okay, so that one is already sticky. So I will just go ahead and follow the directions because the tear and tape fits without showing. And they've got a little piece here on the Y on the arm and a little piece here on the base. So easy peasy. Maybe you want to use your scissors to do that. That's fine. Okay, and then we have dimensionals. So we're going to put one there, one there, one there, one there. And then they're telling us to put a glue dot here and here. And that's to hold these pieces in place. Okay. I'm going to just put a little line of adhesive there just so they'll stick better. Again, You can just follow the directions exactly as they are. You could use liquid glue. I went a little bit too far with that last little bit. Fold that back on itself. There we go. Okay, and then these guys each get 2 dimensionals. One there and one there. And one here and one here. So we're going to use our beige card. Okay, we're going to attach this panel first. I never would have thought to put red and green with beige and pecan pie. Now here, sometimes there's tricky bits. So we have these two. It's showing us that the larger one goes here. Okay, to help save on any confusion. So one, the pine branch is going down, and the smaller one, the pine branch is going over the word. Again, you can attach them however you want. They're just giving you guidelines to make it easier to assemble them. So this is my shorter one. According to the picture right here, this is going to go right behind here, just like this. And I've got my adhesive on the back of this, so I can just press, and now it's all one piece. And anytime they give us like vellum pieces or anything that's supposed to go behind the main label, I always do adhesive just so it catches easier. All right, and then looking at the sample, this one goes about like that. So now I have one piece to work with, and I'm gonna do the letters in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and attach this. I actually have 2 more of these to do. I'm so excited. I'll be working on them at the beach this weekend. Okay, so this just goes right on the front. Looks kind of weird without the letters, doesn't it? But these fit on here perfectly. You barely have to think. It's a great project to do while you're watching TV. This one's going to go off to the side, just a little bit crooked. And then this one, I would say most of our kits you can do from start to finish in an hour, maybe a little bit longer if there's some more detail to it. But typically from start to finish, if you're uninterrupted, about an hour. And you know what? I feel like this part right here needs a glue dot. See how that's loose? So I am going to add a glue dot just because I feel like it might be necessary to keep that from catching. Okay, so there we go. And then the next thing is to add our sequins. So we're going to use 2 large, and they've got, looks like they've got one here and one here. Oh, I didn't get my sticky off of there. One there. And then 3 small ones. I wonder where my take your pick tool is. Oh, you do usually use that when I'm doing embellishments. They've got it underneath the Y a little bit, but I'm not going to do that. See, I missed the adhesive again. Just stick it back on and peel it off all in one piece if that happens to you. Sometimes it's chilly, and so it doesn't, the adhesive's like a little harder, so it doesn't stick to the sequin when you take it off. Okay, there we go. So there's card number 2, and we have one more. How long have we been together? Oh, 38 minutes. Okay. I'll try to keep them to 30 minutes in the future, but I feel like I had a lot to say at the beginning of this one. All right, and so our last card is the green card, and we are going to use this one. So this is white and beige, and we have a green card. So our card, our layering piece. Oh, and then we get to do this pretty ornament. So this is fuzzy, it's velvety. And then these green parts are fuzzy, they're raised and velvety. So these are gonna be attached to each other. And we have Deck the Halls right here. And I should have this piece right here. So this is the top of the ornament. It's got the little hanger and then holly. Okay, so let's check out our adhesive. Again, I'm just going to use my regular adhesive because this is just, this is just basic card assembling, right? Just gonna pop this on here like that. Okay, set that out of the way. And now let's look at this part right here. So this gets a piece of Terran tape. And then, I don't know about you, but I love putting Stampin' Dimensionals on stuff. It's just fun to me. So these are going to go on like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these here, one of these here. I'm going to turn this over this way. And I'm going to put a dimensional there. And then I'm going to add some glue dots. So we're going to put one there. We're going to put one there. One there. And then one right here. So not a lot. And what I would do is I would do all 3 pieces of everything. I do all of these, all of these, all of these, all of these. And then that way I could just put everything together. That is just how I usually do it. So this one's going to go down first. Oh, it's telling me to put this together first. I don't want to do that. Do I want to do that? I do want to do that because I want to have room for my hanger to be in the right place. So I'll follow the directions. I don't always, as you well know. Okay, so this is going to go on here. Might be easier to do it this way because I think it fits with just a little edge. So hopefully that's a good tip for you. You can see there's a little edge from this red piece that sticks out past this base piece with the green. So by doing it upside down, it's easier to line up. All right, we've got our pretty ornament. And then this is going to attach right at the top. I'll say like that. Oh, I stuck it to my card. I didn't mean to do that. Let go. All right. Now I will take these off. And what I might do is just adjust this dimensional a little bit. I might actually pull this off. So see, if you watch me struggle with it, it'll make it easier for you. You won't have to struggle at all. It'll be easy peasy. We all like doing the stamp party because Nancy brings kits and she shows us how to do everything. So we don't struggle with it. Nancy does the struggling. And we get to do it faster because of Nancy. All right, let's see how that looks. Let's see if that looks like an ornament. Okay, yeah, it's a little crooked. That's all right, we'll fix it. How Not to Do Things by Sharon Scalzi. Ooh, this is a little cattywampus. That's okay. Ornaments don't always hang straight on the tree, do they? And then this is saying to put this here, but mine is too high up, so I'm going to put it down here like that. So theirs is up here, mine is down here. It's perfectly okay. And let's go ahead and add these pretty sequins. And then let's put one down here. I very rarely put the sequins exactly where they put them. I just kind of look at it and go, yeah, I want them here. So, alrighty. So here's our 3 cards. Merry Christmas, Deck the Halls, Joy to the World. You're going to make 3 of each of these. So you're going to have a set of 9 when you're all done. So, thanks for joining me tonight, and then maybe look for me again in November. I'll try to give you more notice. Ask any questions in the comments if you're having difficulty with your kit. I'm more than happy to help you out. If you do something different, feel free to share a photo with us so we can see some other ideas. And check out the other post in the paper crafting group that shows you the sneak peek for November. And let me know if you have any questions. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a good evening, everybody. I hope to talk to you soon. Good night.